Hello, everybody. This is Dr.Elana Michelson, and here's my friend Jan. And you give me permission to put this video on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever?
Yes.
Okay, great. Last few weeks, I was working with Danielle, and you can see on YouTube the succession of his videos and how things have changed for him throughout the 15 weeks that I was working with him. And now I'm going to be working on Jan, and you'll be able to see her healing journey. Okay, so tell me, Jan, I'm going to first do intake. You're already familiar with this. You've gone even to a seminar, correct?
Two.
Okay, 2 seminars, right? So we'll do the intake, ask you questions. But before we even start, what I want to do is ask you what exactly you want to work on.
I think mostly my health issues.
Okay.
I have a lot of health issues that are keeping me chronically ill. And not having a life.
Okay, so let's start with intake questions. Okay, your name is Jan. And how old are you?
65.
65. Okay, and are your parents alive?
No.
Okay. Okay, you don't have any spouses, right?
No. Ex-spouses.
Ex-spouses. Okay, but no.
And my legal name is Janice.
Okay. Beautiful name. Okay, and how many children do you have?
1.
Okay.
A daughter.
And you're in good relationship with her, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any grandchildren?
I have a grandson who will be 24 and a granddaughter that will be 10.
Okay. And you're in good relationship with them too?
Yes.
Okay. Were you on good terms with your parents when they were alive?
With my father was very cruel, sadistic growing up, and it continued until about 6 months before he died. His doctor put him on antidepressants, anti-anxiety medication, and it changed him. So he was pretty nice for the last 6 months. But up until then, he liked to say cruel things to myself and my brothers, even as adults.
So you never had a really good relationship with him?
Not really. We got along better than he did with my brothers, but he was anti-Semitic. So if he could get a little dig in about me being Jewish, he would do it.
Okay.
Oh, and you asked me about my mother.
Right, yeah.
My mother passed away at the age of 47. I was 24 and 2 months pregnant with my daughter. And we were never real close until I got pregnant. So it was a big loss for all of us.
So basically, you lost both your parents right as they turned nice to you.
Pardon?
You lost both your parents just as they turned nice to you.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought about that. Interesting. Yeah, I kind of expected my father to say something right before he died that was really horrible, and then die with that on my mind. But he didn't.
He didn't. He didn't. Okay.
Well, they put him on morphine, so he was not able to say.
Right. Okay. What's your happy place? Where do you go when you want to be happy?
I have one heavy memory. when I was in Glenwood Springs, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And I went hiking one afternoon up on a mountain, and there was a creek, wide creek, with a really large flat rock in the middle of it. And so I was able to sit on the rock and hear this rushing water behind me coming down the mountain. And then in front of me were all these beautiful multicolored smooth stones that I could see. So that's kind of my special place to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What emotions come up when you think about it?
It was peaceful. I have, I had heard people tell me about Colorado, and no one ever invited me to go. I'd always, I'd meet men that went to Colorado, and no one ever said, "Hey, you want to go with me?" And then when I was there, I realized why, because you don't feel alone. It's just, you're so connected to nature because it is so beautiful. And so I just really felt a connection with God. I would say serenity.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What are you going to do and who are you going to be when you no longer have this problem of your health?
I have no idea.
Okay.
That's the problem. I've been sick my whole life. I have no idea. I have no idea who I am or what my life would be like.
What would you like your life to be like?
Oh, physically active, exercising, walking, running, riding a bike, hiking a lot, traveling. My dream has been to either rent or buy an RV and travel the country with a significant other and just enjoy the different cultures and different people across the United States and history and scenery. Well, that's kind of my dream.
Okay. Beautiful dream.
Mm.
Okay. How will you know that you got your goal?
I think I'll have more energy, no pain. I was not only sick my whole life, but I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in about 2001, of osteoarthritis. So I'm able to control the arthritis with magnetic jewelry, but the fibromyalgia symptoms are there all the time, the achiness, fatigue, and just, to be uncomfortable and be in pain all the time at, different levels. So I wouldn't have the pain, and I'd be sleeping because I wouldn't have the pain. I'd be smiling and laughing. I want to be with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be planning that trip.
Okay. Okay. What are your best memories?
Oh, I don't have very many.
Well, list the ones you have.
Okay, let me think. I think you and I had talked about this before. When my daughter was younger, she had her little friends over. We made some mud pies in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
I played games with my brothers. I think currently spending time with my granddaughter. She's very active and energetic and funny and laughs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I just don't have happy memories.
It's okay. We're going to make them.
Okay. I love classical music. I love string quartets, and one of my memories was, or one of my best memories was sitting on the front row listening to a string quartet playing on 16th century instruments. That's one of my favorite things to do that I don't do anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Just that you know, I mean, you were... All right, we'll get to that. Never mind. Okay, now to the bad stuff. Okay, are you sure you want to get rid of this problem?
It's scary. The thought is scary that...
Because, you know, I get rid of it, and then you want it back, and I give you back the wrong thing, and then you get angry at me, and then...
I know. I think that is kind of the who would I be? You know,
Mm-hmm.
if all this stuff was gone and I was healthy and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like I would be nobody, because that has been what has defined me my whole life, is being sick.
Well, I can tell you who you're going to be. You're going to be the same person you are now, only a lot happier, a lot healthier.
That's what Robert says. You'll be happy. But
Yes.
I know those facts, you know, but to actually think about them and feel those and imagine those.
But we have to look at it like this. If you don't really want to get rid of it, nothing I do is going to really help.
I know. I do. It's to the point where the physical pain, the emotional pain of having it is more than the fear of letting it go.
Okay.
And I have found that to be true in my life in the past, that I couldn't, it's like I didn't change something until the pain was more than holding on to it. So yes, I would like to, you know, be in a relationship, you know, a healthy relationship with a man, and be able to travel and laugh and do things. And I don't do any of those things.
Well, you do realize in general, pain is not there to hurt you. Pain is there to give you a message, to teach you something.
Yes, I got that.
And you just have to get the message. And if you don't get it, it's going to come back and shout a little bit louder, and then shout a little bit louder, and then shout a little bit louder until you hear it.
Yeah, it's getting really loud. It's I'd say maybe it's an 8.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. I don't have fibromyalgia. If you were going to teach me how to have it, what would I have to do? What would I have to feel?
well, first you would have to take traumatic events and
Well,
memories.
no. Don't teach me how to make myself have it. Teach me how to have it right now. What do you feel? How do you have it?
How do I have it?
Yeah.
I take experiences that I have that are negative and internalize them and hold them in my body and different organs.
No. You're not understanding my question. My question is, explain to me how you have it. How do you know you have the problem?
How do I know I have it?
Yeah. How do you know you have it?
Because I have the physical pain.
Where do you have physical pain?
My neck and my shoulders are stiff. I do get knots occasionally. It's hard to find them because my muscles are so tight. They're hard. It's hard to raise my arms to pick things up because I have a lot of pain, a lot of weakness in my arms. It's difficult to walk because my thighs are weak and I have pain. My head hurts all the time.
Mm-hmm. What else?
I don't rest. I kind of toss and turn. I wake up a lot. Even if I go to sleep fairly quickly, I will wake up a lot through the night and just kind of achy. And I wake up in slow motion, kind of move in slow motion most of the day. One of the reasons I don't go places is because it's painful to drive, to hold the steering wheel, or to have my foot on the gas pedal or the brake.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and when does it usually happen? In the morning, in the evening, all the time?
All the time. It kind of feels the same, you know, if I wake up and it's, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's never less than a 3.
Okay, when is it a 3?
Pardon?
When is it a 3 and when is it a 10?
It's a 3, usually if I'm with people and I'm laughing and, you know, chatting, enjoying myself, it'll go down. And as soon as that stops, it goes back up. So it stays probably about a 7, 8 all the time. So if I wake up and it's an 8, it's an 8 all day.
Unless you meet people.
Yeah, which I don't.
Which means you should.
Yeah, right now I'm just kind of avoiding. I've joined, I'm in several meetup groups and some singles groups, or there are things I would like to do, but the groups are usually, when they have the meetup, they're usually 30 to 35 people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd just like to have 1 or 2, 3, 6 maybe. You know, 12 would be a lot. 35 people is just too much. You know, what I found is if I'm sitting with someone I enjoy talking to, that it's usually so loud you can't talk, or I've had somebody, like I'll have a man that'll approach me and try to talk to me, and he just won't, and it's somebody that's very unpleasant to be around, and I can't get away from them.
Right. Right.
So it's just not, it's things I want to do, but it's, the groups are too big, and it's not the fact that they're strangers. It's just that it's too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Overload.
Yeah, definitely overload. And, you know, too much stimuli. I don't go to bars. So some of them meet at, you know, at bars for games or something, or restaurant, and I don't drink. So, you know, when people are drinking and laughing, getting loud, I'm just sitting there trying to talk to the person next to me.
Right.
You know, and I can't. So it's just not that pleasant for me.
Okay. Does it have a shape?
I'm sorry. Does what have a shape?
There's all this pain. When you think about it, is there any shape to it?
Yeah, it looks like a big fat ball.
Any color?
Yeah, black. But it's a distorted ball for some reason.
If this problem had a name, what name would you give it? The first name that pops into your head.
Fat. I don't know why.
Fat, okay. And if this problem had a voice, what would it be saying? First thing that pops into your head.
I think you are fat.
You are fat. Interesting. Okay. When was the first time you experienced the fibromyalgia?
I'm trying to think. Probably around 2001.
And what was going on then?
Oh, gosh. Just went through a nasty divorce.
That'll do it.
Yeah, or maybe at the end of it. And, you know, I kind of take that back, because in July of 1999, I stepped on a rusty blade on a mulching rake that almost went through my foot. And I was put on heavy antibiotics for about 6 months. And I noticed in November of 1999, I was managing a store at a mall, and it was a candy store, a chocolate store. We had large boxes of chocolates that were in cabinets, and I remember leaning down or squatting down to pick up these boxes and remembering the pain.
Okay, when was this again?
This was in November of 99, but I stepped on the blade on the mulching rake in July.
Okay, and hold on. You by yourself in the store?
Most of the time, yes.
Did you enjoy it?
No, because I was hurting so much.
Well, before you were hurting, did you enjoy it?
Not really.
Okay, you were just doing it for money because you needed the money?
I went to work there part-time at Christmas because my ex-husband was a UPS driver, and he'd get home late at night. So I said I'm going to go to the mall and work, because I always liked retail and being around people. But he told me he was going to divorce me after the first of the year, and told me to get a full-time job. So that was my full-time job. And we weren't allowed to sit down. We had to stand up the whole day.
Okay. I could see why you got sick from that.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So.
Okay. Anyone else that you know who has this problem?
My daughter.
Okay. And since when did she have it?
I don't know. I'd say at least 10 years. She has, I think it's called interstitial cystitis. And she said they told her that it was fibromyalgia. So she has bladder pain whenever, and when she's stressed out, it's worse.
Mm-hmm. Well, she had a good teacher.
Yes, thank you. I also remember when I was in high school, going to school, and my mother was in bed and coming home, and she was laying on the sofa.
Okay. You had a good teacher, too.
Thank you.
Was she sick, your mom?
You know, she never said.
But do you think it was?
You know, she had hypoglycemia. So I don't know if that was just the time she came down during the day or what, but.
But those are your memories, basically.
Yeah. From, you know, maybe age 16. So I left.
Okay. When you have this problem, what do you do inside of you? What do you think about?
Running away from it. I'd say just ending my life so that it stops.
Suspending your life, did you say?
Ending my life.
Ah, okay.
Then it would all stop.
Okay. And do you believe you deserve the problem?
I'm sorry, cut out on me.
Do you believe you deserve this problem?
I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought about that. Did I do something wrong to deserve?
Did you?
Wow. Part of me wants to say no, but part of me wants to say yes, you know.
Mm-hmm. Which one
because
wins over?
If I, you know, I've learned that I've been in control of my thoughts and
mm-hmm.
my actions. So I'm responsible. So if I still have the issues, if I still have the pain, then it's my fault that I still have the pain. So I guess that not doing my work or not doing what I'm supposed to do would cause that.
Yeah, but we're talking about a deeper type of deserving. Like, do you innately deserve it?
I know, I got it. I think that I keep thinking that somewhere I must deserve this, because not everybody has this. Not everybody is in pain. Not everyone has a headache all the time. Not everyone.
You added on another problem here: headaches. You didn't mention headaches beforehand.
Oh yes,
you got to get your things straight here.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it, but I was rambling on about something else. But yeah, I have a headache all the time. I've had it for 18 years.
So the headache, though, is not part of fibromyalgia, because fibromyalgia is less than 18 years ago.
Right. Yeah, I've had the headache since I had a hysterectomy. I feel pain and tightness at the base of my neck, which I think makes the headache worse. But it's there all the time, which makes it hard to function.
When this session's over, it's going to get 100% worse. How bad is it going to get?
The worst would be not being able to get out of bed at all. To not be able to get downstairs, get in and out of the shower, dress myself, feed myself, drive.
There's a very far cry from not being able to get out of bed to not being able to drive. Sorry to say that.
Yeah.
We don't really put that in the same class.
Well, I think...
No, the reason why I'm mentioning this, if you had gone the other direction, saying I wouldn't be able to drive, and then I wouldn't be able to feed myself, wouldn't be able to, get out of the shower, wouldn't be able to dress myself, it would be a better succession of, ailments. But you went from the worst, like, slowly to the least.
Well, no, my home is 2 stories, so yeah. I picture myself getting out of bed, doing what I normally do, going downstairs, and then I thought about my garage by the kitchen, and oh wow, I wouldn't even be able to drive because I couldn't raise my arms up. I mean, it's difficult now to raise my arms up and drive because of the weakness and the pain.
Mm-hmm.
So if it got worse, then I wouldn't be able to do it at all.
Okay, so what is the worst part of it again?
I think the worst part of it is the constant pain every time, sitting, standing, moving, doing anything. And the only way that I can function is to go numb. To be able to walk, I learned to walk by locking my knees and walking stiff-legged so that I wouldn't fall down. I learned in 2001, I couldn't raise my arms to brush my teeth. I would have to hold my toothbrush vertical, like this, and try to brush my teeth. It just, washing my hair in the shower and, drying it or anything that required raising my arms up, it's just very unpleasant. Mm-hmm. It may only be a 6 instead of a 9, but
still very unpleasant.
Yeah, still uncomfortable and still hurts. And it's continuous. So it's this chronic, I can't move without pain.
And what's the worst part about that?
Well, I think it's the not functioning normally. And like everybody else. And I think it affects my mood and it affects how I think. Like if the pain is high, it's hard for me to remember things. It's not fogginess, it's more of just a distraction. You can't think of, check the calendar and see if I have a session with Elana today, or, I have to get up and leave myself a note because my head hurts so bad that I can't think, right. Oh, check the calendar and see if this is Tuesday, or, just knowing what day of the week it is or whatever. So.
Okay. And what's the worst part about that? I mean, I know you're going to miss my session. That'll be really bad. I agree.
What's the worst part about not being able to function?
Yeah.
I have to overcompensate. And in order to remember to pay my bills, I have to take them and lay them a certain place so I'll see them so they'll have the trigger. Mm-hmm. The calendar has to be out so that I see it and go, oh, I need to check the calendar. I have to have notes.
Okay. I have friends who do that all the time.
Yeah, life just doesn't flow easily. It just doesn't because of the constant pain. And it's a distraction. It's kind of like someone coming up and taking their knuckle, like we used to do when we were kids, and hitting, somebody hit you. That's what it's like. It's like somebody punching me in the neck or punching me in the arm or, smacking me in the forehead or, it's just all there all the time.
And when you were a kid, you experienced that a lot?
When I was a kid, I had tonsillitis.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember being sick a lot. I remember having a sore throat. I remember the fatigue. I remember having some difficulty breathing. Like if I decided I wanted to go run or ride my bike, it just kind of wore me out. I spent a lot of time watching the other kids outside playing. Like in the wintertime in the snow, I'd be watching them play a lot of solitaire. So I've spent a lot of my life alone. You know, I was the girl in the middle of two boys, and we played games, but they didn't play with me. You know, plus the neighborhood kids were playing, you know, as a group, but they never played anything with me one-on-one other than card games or things like that. So we didn't talk to each other or have a connection because they talked to each other. So I've spent a lot of my life alone. I'd say right now I probably spend 90% of my time alone.
Okay, what is the best part of the problem?
I get to stay home all the time. Save money on gas. No, the best part of the problem, that was sarcastic. The best part of the problem is that if I don't leave my house, if I don't interact with people, I'm not going to be hurt. Nobody can reject me, male or female. I don't have to worry about getting my heart broken by some man. I don't have to worry about a girlfriend canceling on me at the last minute if we have plans. Feeling like that people are bored or annoyed with me, because I feel that way a lot.
And you do realize that it's just a reflection of what you feel about yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
Okay, so what bad things could happen if the problem was gone?
What bad thing could happen?
Mm-hmm.
I could go out and get hurt. I could get into a relationship and get dumped.
Mm-hmm.
I could get excited about making plans to do something with somebody, whether it's a significant other or a girlfriend, and have them let me down, or I guess reject me, say bad things to me.
Okay, and who was the first person who let you down and rejected you?
Oh, I guess the first person that pops in my head is my mother.
Your mother. Interesting, because it was your father who was the one who abused you constantly.
Yeah, it was. I think my father's was more blatant, more harsher. I think my mother's rejection of me was more not accepting me as not accepting me as a little girl, as her daughter. She was orphaned, and so somehow she missed something. So she was not able to give that to me, and I miss out on a lot. I realized recently that the only time that we ever did anything together, that I ever got attention from her, was when I was sick. We didn't bake cookies. We didn't, we just didn't do anything. I don't have memories of doing things with my mom.
And then you wonder why you keep yourself sick.
Yeah. So
amazing, isn't it?
She just didn't, I wasn't, she and I were very different back then. Now we're a lot alike, which is, the older I've gotten, the more I am like my mother. But when I was younger, I was very quiet, and I would wear no makeup, wear black, brown, and navy blue and be kind of quiet around people. And, you know, my mother would wear, I don't know, orange and lavender together and red lipstick. And very outgoing and bubbly and just loved to be around people. And so we were so different that we just didn't click. And my brother told me that I was ugly my whole life. And she would let him do it. When I got ready for school, before I'd leave, she would tell me how terrible I looked. And when I got home from school, she would tell me how terrible I looked. And she did it every day so that I was always trying to hide. I always walked slumped over with my head down and to hide my face. And when I was in school, I would sit on my hands and put my feet under my desk and kind of keep my head down so people wouldn't see me. So she just didn't approve of me for some reason. Didn't like my personality. There wasn't really much about me that she really liked.
You see all the patterns here, don't you?
No. Oh, yeah. You've heard me say those things to myself.
Is this the first time you're seeing the pattern, or have you seen it before? Okay.
No, I've seen it before. I remember when I was, I don't know, maybe 16. She said this in front of myself and my brother, but she told me she was a lot prettier than me when she was my age.
Okay.
And I remember my brother looking at her very surprised. And he said something later, you know, how surprised he was that she would say that, you know. But
I thought he was surprised at her saying that because he didn't think she was so pretty.
Well, no, that's what he meant. That I looked better than, he was very surprised because she'd gained a lot of weight and was heavy when, you know, got older. But, it was weird. I mean, if I look back at my school pictures, I was pretty ugly when I was in school. And I didn't start looking good till I was in my 20s. Mm-hmm. So that I was very self-conscious about it. It wasn't just being self-conscious about, you know, different features that I had. It was just me in general, you know.
Well, it was, you know, the way you actually look is actually totally irrelevant. It's how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that you were beautiful then too, as beautiful as you are now. And I just think that whatever your mom said or whatever your brother said or whatever anybody else said, just, you know, put you down and you didn't think you were beautiful. And that's what happened.
I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of, you know, faster EFT sessions on that particular issue. And I feel like I've come a long ways, but I still feel like that when people look at me, I'm still thinking they're thinking that I'm ugly. And
but that is still because a part of you feels you're ugly.
Well, I feel like that, well, these people told me that, you know, my mom told me that, my brother told me that.
Mm-hmm. And you can still hear them telling you that. When you go back to those memories, you can still hear it. Did you ever work on those memories?
Yes, I have. They're not as strong.
Did you flip them?
Gosh, I'm trying to remember. Yes. And in fact, the brother that, you know, said that to me, we actually have a really good relationship now because of faster EFT.
Flipping it. Okay, cool. Okay, you know? But when you can you still hear your mother telling you how ugly you are and how bad you look?
Yeah.
You can. Okay, did you flip those ever?
No.
No. Okay, well, that's where it all stems from. I mean, not all, but a large part of it.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about it. I'm feeling it now, and I don't know that I really, the hurt, the pain of having your mother say that to you all your life, you know, knowing that came from her, but why? Why would she say that? She only had one daughter.
Yeah,
You know,
usually when you have one daughter, it's like you dote on that one daughter.
yeah. So, I mean, my daughter growing up, my brother would laugh at me because every age she was my favorite age. And he
Right.
said that, you know, and
Right.
my daughter's beautiful. I mean, my
Mm-hmm.
daughter's very, very pretty and still is,
Right.
you
Right.
know, but
All
I
right.
don't,
I would say let's tackle those first.
okay.
Okay, so you can remember those memories of your mom telling you. You have specific memories. Can you see them?
Yeah, I can see that one.
And you hear it?
Yeah, I do hear it.
And is it in color?
Um, yeah, I can, we were in my living room. I mean,
Okay. And is it like a movie in a movie screen, or is it like panoramic all around and you're like inside of it?
I think, let me think. I'm there, but I'm like it was my mother, myself, and my brother, and I'm the fourth person.
So you're like a fly in the wall.
No, I'm actually in it.
Okay, you're in it, watching what's going on, but they don't see you, or they do see you.
Right. No, they don't.
They
I'm just
don't.
like
Okay.
watching
It's like
it,
a time traveler.
but yeah, I'm up close instead of being the fly on the wall looking down as Ariel.
Right. Right. You're up
I'm
close.
right there.
Okay.
So
And can you actually feel that feeling as your mother's telling you, you're so ugly? You look terrible.
yeah,
Can you feel that? And where do you feel it?
I think in my face.
In your face.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel it as? Like, is it a pressure? Is it a heavy feeling? Is it a squeezing feeling? Is it a tight feeling? Is it a...
I'd say it's squeezing, like squeezing my face.
Squeezing your face. Okay. And how strong is it on a scale from 0 to 10? Where 10 is the strongest and 0 is the least.
It's about an 8.
I don't know. Can you make it a 10? Because you really are ugly. I mean, come on. Look at that face.
Yeah.
You look terrible. Can't believe you even think of going out like that. You should just hide yourself at home, stay there, and never show yourself again.
Yeah.
Is it a 10 yet?
It was, yeah, it's a 10 because it was, your hair looks bad, your face looks bad, you know, your clothes look bad, posture's bad, you know, it was from head to foot every day.
And by the way, you know that when, part of this is poking and provoking, and I'm doing it from a point of love.
Yes. Because I know you love me.
Okay. But you really are ugly. Sorry. Just had to say that. Okay. So what I want you to do is you can feel the pain, all the pain that you have, the pain in the neck, the pain in the shoulders, the pain in your arms, the pain in your thighs. Think about not being able to drive, how painful it is, not being able to put your feet on the... Oh, wait, before that. Sorry. Let's go into the good memories, okay? Go to Colorado. Close your eyes. See yourself on that big, big stone in the middle. Hear the water rushing behind. Smell of that clean water and all the nature around you. Feel the serenity. Feel the peacefulness. You're so close to nature. You don't need anybody with you over there. You're just you, the water, the stones, nature. Maybe some birds are chirping in the background. You hear the rushing water. You see the trees on the side of the creek. See it, hear it, feel it, smell it. Grab onto your left wrist as you're doing this. Make it as strong as you can so that you feel it throughout your whole body. And then when you feel it really, really strong, as if you're there right now, let go of your wrist and then let go of the feeling. Okay, good. Look around, open your eyes, look around. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
And now what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes again and go back. You're back in Colorado again, in the middle of that creek, on that nice flat stone in the middle, sitting down, hearing the water rustling behind you. seeing those beautiful stones, little pebbles in front of you, feeling nature, feeling the sun shining on top of you. You're at peace. You have serenity around you. You feel close to nature, close to God. You don't need anything else. Just you and that creek in Colorado. And I want you to hold on to your left wrist as you're doing this. Feel it really strong throughout your whole body as if you're there right now. And then let go of your wrist and let go of the feeling. Okay, open your eyes. Look around. And I want you to grab onto your wrist again and see how it makes you feel.
Good.
Good.
Cool.
Excellent. Okay.
Cool.
Now let's go back to the bad stuff again, okay? I want you to think about all those pains. Think about the not being able to lift your arms, really able to brush your teeth or wash your hair. Can't even drive properly because you can't put your feet on the pedals. Okay, feel all that frustration, being all by yourself, all alone, no friends. All alone, 90% of the time you're by yourself. You can also put in that time when you're at the store, at the shop. Your husband just told you, he just rejected you. He doesn't want to be with you either. And now you're at the shop by yourself, all alone. You have to stand the whole time, wear yourself out. Okay? And I want you to go back even further in time, back to when your mother's telling you how bad you look, how your hair looks terrible, how your clothes look terrible. And you're saying that in front of your brother. And every time you walk into the door, she looks at you and she goes, you look awful. Go hide yourself. Can't believe you're even going out to school. How could you even think of showing yourself like that? When I was your age, I was a beauty queen. And look at you. You call yourself my daughter? Probably adopted. They probably switched the baby at the hospital. Okay, feel it? Okay, I want you to put it all on a shelf or put it on a branch of a tree and make sure it doesn't roll off, because if it does, you won't find it anymore and we won't have anything to work on. So keep it steady on that branch. It doesn't roll off. Okay?
Okay.
Now I want you to imagine a tree in front of you. What would happen to that tree if I stuck my hand in it and I pulled it out by its roots?
It will fall and die.
Right. And I want you to imagine yourself outside on a windy day and you're holding a bouquet of biodegradable helium balloons. What would happen to those helium balloons if I opened up my fist and let them all go? Open up your fist and let them all go.
They blow away.
And disappear, right? And I want you to imagine a box of pizza in front of you. There's one piece of pizza sitting over there. What would happen to that box if I grabbed that piece before you had a chance to and I gobbled it all up? What would be left?
Well, first I'd hit you over the head with the box.
But what would be left in the box?
Just kidding. No, there's nothing left. It's empty.
Empty. Nothing left. Except I have a stomach ache and a headache now because you just bopped me on the head. Okay, let's start tapping. Letting go of all fears.
Letting go of all fears.
Letting go of all sadnesses.
All sadness.
Letting go of all emotional traumas.
Letting go of all emotional traumas.
Letting go of the helplessness.
Letting go of the helplessness.
Letting go of the hopelessness.
Letting go of the hopelessness.
Letting go of the no control.
Letting go of the no control.
Letting go of the rejections.
Letting go of all the rejections.
Letting go of the dejections.
Letting go of the dejections.
Letting go of the abandonments.
Letting go of abandonments.
Letting go of the guilt.
Letting go of the guilt.
Letting go of the shame.
Letting go of the shame.
Letting go of the ugliness.
Letting go of the ugliness.
Letting go of the ugly clothes.
Letting go of the ugly clothes.
Letting go of the ugly hair.
Letting go of the ugly hair.
Letting go of the looking terrible.
Letting go of looking terrible.
Letting go of all the pain.
Letting go of all the pain.
Letting go of the need to hide myself.
Letting go of the need to hide myself.
Letting go of needing to stay in undercover.
Letting go of the need to stay undercover.
So that no one will see me.
That no one will see me.
Because I'm so ugly.
Because I'm so ugly.
Let it all go today.
Letting go all of today.
Let it all go now.
Letting it all go now.
It's time to let it go.
It's time to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
All the sensations.
All the sensations.
All the colors.
All the colors.
All the images.
All the images.
And everything else.
and everything else.
Let it all go today.
Let it all go today.
I'm safe letting it go.
I'm safe letting it go.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Go to that place in Colorado. Sit on that rock, a nice smooth rock in the middle of the creek. And I want you to look down at the reflection of yourself. Look at how beautiful you look over there in that reflection. All the fish are dancing around, smiling to look at you. The birds are chirping. The flowers are dancing. They're all so happy to see you. They see how beautiful you are. And they all love you.
Look like a cartoon with Snow White with all those singing birds. The bluebirds.
Yeah. That's right.
I don't remember the song, though.
And say peace.
Peace.
Okay, let's go back. Think about that time your mom was telling you how ugly you were.
You know what hit me is that when I look in the mirror, even when I think I look okay, you know, or I look good, then I think, but other people are not going to think that because my mother didn't think that, or my brother didn't think that, or
Okay.
you know,
So
even my husbands didn't think that.
when you look back at that picture with your mom, what's changed?
She looked sad when she said it.
Okay. And start tapping. She looks so sad.
She looks so sad.
I look so sad.
I look so sad.
I let it go.
I let it go.
Safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
Safe to let go of the sadness.
Let go of the sadness.
And let go of what she said.
And let go of what she said.
Time to heal that part of me.
Time to heal that part of me.
Time to know how beautiful I am.
Time to know how beautiful I am.
I'm beautiful from the inside.
I'm beautiful on the inside.
And I'm beautiful from the outside.
And I'm beautiful from the outside.
And I choose to love myself.
And I choose to love myself.
And accept myself.
And accept myself.
And forgive myself.
And forgive myself.
Just the way that I am.
Just the way that I am.
And when I do that, others will see me for who I am too.
Others will see me for what I am too.
And I will see others for what they are.
And I will see others for what they are.
Just the way that they are.
Just the way they are.
We are all perfect with all our imperfections.
We're all perfect in all our imperfections.
And I am safe.
And I am safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. And say peace.
Peace.
Okay. Go back and see what's different.
She's turning her head as she's saying, I was prettier than you when I was your age, but she's kind of mumbling it as she's turning away from me. Like she's thinking it, but she didn't quite want me to hear.
Okay. Start tapping. She's thinking it still.
She's thinking it still.
I'm thinking it still.
I'm thinking it still.
I let it go.
I let it go.
Safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
It's time to let it go.
It's time to let it go.
It's all in the past.
It's all in the past.
And the past is over.
And the past is over.
She's not here with me anymore.
She's what?
She's not here with me anymore.
Oh, she's not here with me anymore.
Only Elana is.
Only Elana is.
And she's on the other side of the world.
She is definitely on the other side of the world.
I'm creating it.
I'm creating it.
I can change it.
I can change it.
I choose to change it.
I choose to change it.
And as I do,
change
her for the good.
Change her for the good.
My whole world changes for the good.
Change. Okay.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. And say peace. Okay. Go back. What's happening now?
just turning her back on me. She's not saying it, but she's still turning her back on me.
Okay. Start tapping.
She's thinking it.
She's turning her back on me.
Turning her back on me.
I'm turning my back on me.
I'm turning my back on me.
She's still thinking it.
She's still thinking it.
I'm still thinking it.
I'm still thinking it.
I let it go.
I let it go.
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
It's how I define myself.
It's hard to find myself.
Who would I be if I wasn't ugly?
Who would I be if I wasn't ugly?
I wouldn't know who I was.
I wouldn't know who I was.
I'd look in the mirror.
I'd look in the mirror.
And say, who's that stranger?
Who's that stranger?
On the other hand,
if
I ever want it back,
I ever want it back,
Elana could always give it back to me.
Elana can always give it back to me.
That and much worse.
And that and much worse. Thank you very much.
I don't know who I'll be without it.
I don't know who I'll be without it.
I know I'll be a lot happier.
I know I'll be a lot happier.
A lot healthier.
A lot healthier.
And I'd be free of this.
And I'd be free of this.
I let it go.
I let it go.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. And say peace.
Peace.
Okay. Go back. What's your mom doing now?
It's almost like her turning her back on me, looking away, in disgust is kind of what I've been doing to myself in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I look in the mirror and I think I look good, and I think I'm going to leave, but when I leave the house, are other people not going to think that? And it was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So her turning her back on me because she is embarrassed and ashamed and not wanting to look at me.
Okay. Feel that. And start tapping. She's embarrassed of me.
She's embarrassed of me.
I'm embarrassed of me.
I'm embarrassed of me.
She's ashamed of me.
She's ashamed of me.
I'm ashamed of me.
I'm ashamed of me.
She doesn't want to look at me.
She doesn't want to look at me.
I don't want to look at me.
I don't want to look at me.
Let it all go.
Let it all go.
Safe to let it go.
Safe to let it go.
Time to let it go.
It's time to let it go.
It's all in the past.
It's all in the past.
And the past is over.
And the past is over.
I don't fit into those clothes anymore.
I don't fit those clothes anymore.
This program doesn't fit me anymore either.
This program doesn't fit me anymore either.
I have better tools.
I have better tools.
And I'm using them to change it.
And I'm using them to change it.
I'm the director.
I'm the director.
I'm the producer.
I'm the producer.
I'm the actors.
I'm the actors.
And I'm even the playwright.
I'm even the playwright.
I might as well make it good.
I might as well make it good.
I'm safe making good.
I'm safe making it good.
It's time to make good.
It's time to make good.
It's time to be as beautiful as I know I am.
It's time to be as beautiful as I know I am.
God created me.
God created me.
In His image.
In His image.
So I know I'm beautiful.
So I know I'm beautiful.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. And say peace.
Peace.
Okay, go back.
She was turning away from me. Now she's turning all the way around back to me.
Good. Excellent. Excellent. What's she saying to you now?
She's starting, it's kind of like she's looking at me at the corner of her eye as she's turning, and she's starting to smile.
Okay. Do you remember a time when you felt lots and lots of love?
No.
No, never. What about your granddaughter?
Yeah.
Okay. You know where that love is inside of you, right? What's your favorite color?
Probably pale pink.
Okay. I want you to see that love spinning inside of you. growing bigger and bigger, faster and faster, and has this pale pink tinge to it. And it's filling up every cell, every organ, every limb in your body, getting bigger, bigger, faster, spinning and spinning until it starts to overflow out. And it creates this pale pink aura of love all around you.
Looks like Pepto-Bismol.
You chose the pale pink, not me.
Before it dries. It's pretty when it's wet. Pour it out of the bottle. So I can see it pouring out of me.
Yes, exactly. And I want you to take some of that love and I want you to send it over to your mom because she really, really needed it. She didn't have any inside of her, and that's why she couldn't give it to you. So give it over to her and watch it spinning inside of her, filling her up, growing bigger and bigger, faster and faster, filling every cell, every organ, and every limb inside her body until it starts to overflow out of her and creates this pale pink aura of love around her. And I want you to take her in your arms and hug her so tight that you bring her right into your heart. And I want you to whisper something into her ear that you've needed to tell her all these years but haven't had a chance to. And I want you to listen to something that she's needed to tell you all these years but wasn't able to. Okay. I want you to go back and look at that scene again and see what's happening now.
I'm seeing myself as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Her as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
She died when she was 47, so I can't see her older than that.
Right.
But I can see myself now standing and talking to her, and we're just talking. We're having a conversation as two grown women instead of mother and daughter.
And how was that?
It's good.
It's good. Okay.
It feels like two women that like each other, that admire each other, that love each other, and are comfortable.
Good. Good. Okay, so keep that memory. We're going to come back to it soon. And I want you to try going back to the old memory and see if you can bring it back.
No, I see her turning from me, but she spins around immediately, kind of silly and laughing and grinning at me.
Okay, good. So what I want you to do is I want you to step into the little Jan's body, okay, as a teenager. See your mom laughing with you, loving you the way that a mom usually loves her daughter. Can you see that? Okay, and I want you to bring it into your mind, and I want you to use all the 5 senses to make it as strong as you possibly can. See what you would have seen, hear what you would have heard, feel what you would have felt, smell what you would have smelled, taste what you would have tasted. And I might want you to even see your brother in the background of there. What's your brother doing?
He's smiling.
Good. Okay. And I want you to notice as all this is happening that you're creating new pathways between your neurons for this new memory. And then I want you to take this new memory and I want you to send it down to every single cell in your body because it's all held on a cellular level. And I want you to bring it up into your heart and watch your heart fill up with this bright white light. And I want you to take your subconscious and I want you to thank it for keeping that memory alive for so long because it was working really hard to keep you safe in the only way that it knew how. But tell it, submerge into that white light and tell it it's okay, you have better tools now and you're using them to keep you both safe. And that you needed to change all memories prior to this memory and all memories subsequent to this memory to fit this new memory that you've just created. Okay, open your eyes, look around. Okay, let's see if you can bring back the old memory. You're so ugly. Can't believe you're wearing your hair like that. Can't believe the clothes you're wearing.
It's not real convincing coming out of you. Because you're grinning. You have to get real serious.
Okay, a second.
Nice.
I'm trying. You're just making me laugh. You
Okay.
are so ugly. I don't want to look at you even. I'm going to turn off my screen so I can't see you anymore.
It kind of hurts a little bit.
Feel that hurt?
Yeah.
Feel it? Know how you feel it? Know where you feel it?
Kind of sucks.
Step into it and start tapping. This sucks.
This sucks.
This hurts.
This hurts.
I let it go.
I let it go.
However I feel it.
However I feel it.
However I know it.
However I know it.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
All the sensations.
All the sensations.
All the colors.
All the colors.
All the images.
Oh, all the images.
All the emotions.
All the emotions.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
All the king's horses and all the king's men.
All the king's horses and all the king's men.
Had Spanish omelets for breakfast again.
Had Spanish omelets for breakfast again.
Let it all go.
Let it all go.
I choose to be beautiful.
I choose to be beautiful.
I know I'm beautiful.
I know I'm beautiful.
God created me.
God created me.
And he only creates beautiful things.
And he only creates beautiful things.
And if anyone chooses to think differently,
and if anyone chooses to think differently,
that's just a reflection of themselves.
It's just a reflection of themselves.
It has nothing to do with me.
It has nothing to do with me.
I am safe.
I'm safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Go to Colorado. That creek. Be in that stone. That one in the middle. Hear the water rushing behind you. See all the beautiful little stones in front of you. Feel yourself at one with nature. The serenity, the peacefulness, the oneness. Not loneliness, just oneness. One with God, one with nature. And say peace. Okay. You know, I'm going to have to cut your half of the screen off when I put on this video because people are going to think you're so ugly.
Okay. Oh, how about all this stain on my sweater I just got there? I just poured my stuff on it. Wait a minute. Will that work? I think what hit me was that I thought, well, if I look in the mirror and I think I look, really good, got a nice outfit, my hair looks fine, my makeup looks fine, and I go out and people think that I'm ugly, that they're going to reject me because of the way I look, because I was taught that that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to look at the outside, have, your first impression, and if the person is unattractive or ugly, or if there's something about you don't like, you're supposed to reject them right away. And so I was thinking that if people would reject me, even though I think I'm okay, but why are you rejecting me?
Hold on, just 1 second, just 1 second. When I say that, I'm cutting out your half of the picture when we put this video on. I want them to only look at me because I'm the beautiful one. How does it make you feel?
It makes me wish I had pretty hair like yours. Now I'm jealous. But no, it feels different. It feels better because it feels more like, instead of thinking, well, they must be right, that must be true, it's more of, why are they thinking that? Why are they thinking I'm ugly when I think I look fine? What's wrong with that?
Do you ever hear this joke? Okay, two chimney sweepers went down the chimney, okay? They both came out. One of them was filthy. One of them was totally clean. Okay? Which one of them ran to wash their face?
Which one what?
Which one of them ran to wash their face?
The one that was clean.
That's correct.
Really? Oh, I get it. I have heard that before. Because he was looking at the guy who did the dirty face. Oh. Okay, so... Wow. Okay, so if I'm looking at somebody and I feel like they're rejecting me, it's really me rejecting myself because they're looking at me I don't know what they're thinking.
That's correct.
I haven't a clue.
That's correct. You haven't a clue. It's you rejecting yourself.
Oh. Well, I remember when I was younger, when I was dating, when I actually started dating at 16, I would get in the car with my date, and I would turn to him before he even started the car up, and I'd say, "Now I want you to know that I know that I'm ugly, so you don't have to tell me." Because I knew somewhere during the evening he was going to tell me. And I did that till I was probably 26 years old. And I had a guy look at me and say, "You're insulting my taste."
And he was correct. He was correct.
I just insulted him. I insulted his taste. And he said, how do you say it? He said that I was attractive. So I ran home and not Googled it. I looked it up in the dictionary, and it said the word attractive was pleasing to the eye. And I went, okay, I can accept the fact that he thinks I look okay. But at the time, I didn't look okay, to me or whatever.
Right. Okay.
But I really struggled with that. But I've never forgotten him saying that to me, that it didn't have anything to do with how I saw myself. It had to do with how he saw me. So, okay, so here's the thing with my mother and my brother and the kids in the neighborhood all thinking that I was ugly. Even if I think I'm good, even if I think I look good, or maybe I think I'm beautiful, when I'm with them, I'm thinking that they think that I'm ugly.
But it's not that you think that they think you're ugly. It's still a reflection of what you're thinking of yourself.
Yeah. I'm thinking that they think I got it. I'm thinking, that's my perception, that they're thinking that when they're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
They may be, but maybe not.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
remember my niece when she was like 4 years old. She was standing in front of the mirror and she's looking and she says, "I'm beautiful. I'm really beautiful. I am so, so beautiful." And it was just so cute to watch her because she was in love with herself. And that's what it's supposed to be.
Does that.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to go back to all those memories, pile them up together of telling those guys, "I know I'm ugly. You don't have to tell me that." Okay? See it?
You always thought it was true. If my brother told me I was ugly,
and see your brother
3 dozen times it must have been true. But now I'm going, well, maybe it wasn't true.
Maybe it wasn't true. That's right. Maybe it wasn't true. Okay, I had a friend whose father, jokingly, in a loving way, and it was sort of like there's a certain element in Judaism which is called ayin hara, meaning a bad eye. You don't want to put a bad eye on something. So when something's really beautiful, you'll say, "Oh, no, it's ugly, because you don't want to put a bad eye on it and have something changed. So he would go around, and they had 3 girls. They had one girl who was older, one girl who was my sister's age, and one girl was right between me and my sister. And he would call us all ugly. "Hi, ugly, how you doing?" But in a loving way, not in a mean way, not in like, "Oh, you're so ugly," no, understand what I'm saying? So let's go back to all those memories where your brother's telling you that you're ugly, and when you're telling your dates, "I know I'm ugly, you don't have to tell me that." Okay? Go back there. Pile them all up together.
They're all kind of standing in a row.
Okay, good. Like a mugshot thing.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, the lineup. And then there's the girls in the neighborhood, and there's all the other kids.
And they're all saying, "Ugly, ugly, ugly," right? And you're saying to them, no, you're saying, "I'm ugly. Don't say anything. I'm ugly. I know."
That was my nickname. That's what they called me. So
we had the same nickname.
I know. I know. Thank you. So if I'm seeing them, if I'm telling them that,
yeah,
when I'm seeing them, and they're all surprised.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
They're all looking at me like, "What?
What's she talking about? She must be sick. She has a fever or something." Okay.
Well, I'm seeing my brother's feeling bad because he really did it. I mean, he called me that, up in adulthood. So,
Step into your brother's shoes for a moment.
okay. Yeah, everybody else looks surprised. They're like, I don't remember that.
Well, what's your brother feeling?
Shame.
Shame. Start tapping.
And confusion. He doesn't know why he did it.
Okay, start tapping.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, he does. Because we look so much alike, people thought he had a twin sister.
Aha. Aha.
Ugly. And he was really good looking. All the girls liked him. And here he had this sister, that looked, because everybody was telling him that we looked alike.
Mm-hmm.
And so he didn't want to look like me because to him I was ugly. So.
Mm-hmm. It just comes to show perception.
So he thought he was ugly, even though he was really good looking.
But if he was really good looking and you look like him, what does that mean about you?
I guess I look like a guy.
All my brother's friends recognize me as his brother, even if they don't know who I am. I've walked down the street and his friends have come up to me and said, "You're Mayor's brother, aren't you?" Sister, I mean. You're Mayor's sister, not Mayor's brother.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's what happened to him. People would stop him when we got into junior high and high school. They would ask him if he had a twin sister.
Maybe he looked like a girl. Who says you look like a guy?
No, there was something, I don't know. I guess maybe he didn't like the way he looked. We didn't look like the other kids. We were half Jewish, so we were.
I take that a little bit of as an insult,
No, I didn't mean that. No, it wasn't an insult. No, we were dark. We were dark complected. And we had in school.
Just kidding, really.
Yeah, we had one East Indian, one Hispanic, and a brother and sister that were Italian. Everyone else was like, blonde hair and blue eyes, but we were very dark.
Really, because you're not dark now.
No, it's because I don't get in the sun. But no, we were very, very dark, and so we looked alike because we were really dark.
I see.
So we kind of stood out.
So when you go back there and look now, what do you see?
I'm sorry, you cut out me.
When you go back there and look now, what do you see when does your brother still tell you look ugly?
No, he said, "I'm sorry, I didn't feel good about myself."
Interesting, isn't that?
Yeah. He said it didn't have anything to do with you. It had to do with me being afraid.
Go ahead and give him a hug. Bring him into your heart where he belongs, where your family belongs.
I know he feels bad that he did that.
Tell him something you need to tell him all those years.
Yeah. Okay.
And when you go there now, how does it feel?
I feel like we're twins.
Okay. Now I want you to shrink yourself down even smaller, like a 2-3-year-old child. Can you see yourself over there? How do you feel there?
I always, looked up to him. He was my big brother. But
I want you to look at yourself in the mirror. 2-3-year-old child. Go ahead and look yourself in the mirror.
Okay.
And what are you feeling?
I'm not feeling loved.
Okay.
I'm not feeling wanted.
Okay, start tapping. I'm not loved.
I'm not loved.
She's not loved.
She's not loved.
She's not wanted.
She's not wanted.
I'm not wanted.
I'm not wanted.
I let it go.
I let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
It's time to let it go.
It's time to let it go.
It's all in the past.
It's all in the past.
And the past is over.
And the past is over.
It's an old program.
It's an old program.
Doesn't serve me anymore.
Doesn't serve me anymore.
I have better tools.
I have better tools.
And I'm using them to change it.
And I'm using them to change it.
I choose to love myself.
I choose to love myself.
I choose to accept myself.
I choose to accept myself.
And I choose to want myself.
And I choose to want myself.
Just the way that I am.
Just the way that I am.
I am perfect with all my imperfections.
I am perfect in all my imperfections.
I am safe.
I am safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Go to that memory with your brother. You felt like you were twins. And go to that memory with your mom. When she's telling you that you're really beautiful. And laughing. And hugging you. When you're ready.
My mother used to laugh till she had tears running down her face. A lot. My brother, even though he was 2 years older than me, I was really tall early. So that was one of the reasons that we looked like twins. Because when he was 5'10", I was, 5'7".
Right.
So I'm kind of seeing us standing next to each other like we're twins. We're just standing there. And, we look alike now. We look quite a bit alike now.
Okay. Does it feel good?
Yeah, it does.
Good. Good.
Because I feel a connection.
Yeah.
I feel like he's my brother. He's not some stranger.
Right.
He's my brother, loving me and wanting to be my brother.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to see him tomorrow. And the last time I saw him, he was really nice to me. He's nice to me all the time now.
Right.
Very, very kind and, very accepting.
Right. Right.
Hasn't insulted me for a long, long time.
Good.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Okay. Now go back to that 2-3-year-old girl who's standing in front of the mirror. And what is she feeling?
I don't know why, but she's sticking her tongue on the mirror, licking it, and making faces, and dancing and being silly, entertaining herself.
That's a good thing.
I know I'm going to have to go do that when we get through here. My tongue on the mirror. Little kids like mirrors and glass.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah.
I remember squeezing my nose against the mirror. Against the glass. Like, you'd go on one side of the glass and someone would be at the other side of the window and you smush your nose and it looks like a pig's nose.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Okay, so what I want you to do.
Seeing myself, I've got on a cute little dress and my hair is up in a little ponytail on top and I'm just dancing and being silly.
So what I want you to do over there is go there as your adult self right now.
All right.
Go over to that little girl and ask her if it's okay to hug her.
It's hard to do. She's jumping around so much.
Okay, well, that's a good thing that she's jumping around. That's what kids do. I used to call my son Tigger.
It's my granddaughter. It was like, she was here yesterday and right before she left, had her coat on, all ready to go, and she had to do 2 cartwheels in the living room before she could go. She's like, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm picking her up and she's being squirmy. I don't know why.
Just so you want to give her a hug, and then she can go back and dance and you'll dance with her even.
Okay. All right, got it.
Okay, now go ahead and dance with her. Make silly faces in the mirror.
Okay.
And tell her, you are so beautiful. I love you so much. And I'm going to always hold you in my heart, just where you belong. And I'm always going to protect you.
And I said, And this is what you're going to look like when you grow up.
And what'd she say?
She grinned.
Good, good, good. Okay, what's the gift in all this?
Loving myself, entertaining myself, being my own best friend, accepting myself.
Yep, yep, yep.
Nurturing myself.
Yeah. Okay, what I want you to do now is I want you to step onto your timeline. I want you to go 6 months into the future.
Okay.
And I want you to see yourself over there. You're all healthy. You're planning your trip. You have friends over. They're planning it with you. Setting up the itinerary. Go down and ask her how she did it.
I'm asking who, how she did it?
That Jan of the future. 6 months in the future.
Oh, okay. She said, I let go. Let go of worry. I let go of projecting into the future. I let go of dreading the future. I learned to live one day at a time. To enjoy each day and see the good in it.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of good in it each day.
Called living in the now.
Yeah.
And it's the best way to live. It makes life so much easier.
Yeah.
Okay. So that Jan of the future has gotten a lot of knowledge and wisdom, right?
Yeah.
I want you to see how she takes some of it back and she sends it right down into your heart right now so that you can benefit it from it right away. You don't have to wait 6 months to get it.
Yes.
And I want you to go back on your timeline, back down to today, into your body. And I want you to know that that thing inside of you that knows how to breathe and that thing inside of you that knows how to make your hair grow and your fingernails grow also knows how to continue this healing process. Even when I'm not with you and even when you're not doing it yourself, it just continues doing it for you because it knows where you want to go to and it's leading you on your path.
Makes sense.
Okay. So, how do you feel now? Beautiful.
I feel good.
Good.
I feel good. I feel like I want to go in and put on makeup and eyeshadow. Pretend like I'm going out.
Good. Then maybe you should go out, really. Even just for a walk.
It's cold here.
Okay.
No, it's not that bad.
Okay, good. So this is a good place to end this session, I think, and we'll join us again next week for next week's session.
That was good. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right.